Hey everyone, how are we all? Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Hey to all of my subscribers that are in chat or are watching the replay. And hello to anyone who is watching that's new. I am Bridget, I'm Australian, and I cover mostly American and some Australian true crime. So if that is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel and giving the video a like. Oops. Just had to hear myself. That was not good. I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone's well. It is very, very, very hot here. So I'm coming to you from a feeling very sticky and gross. Let me see what the temperature is. Welcome in, everyone. It says it's 32, so let's see what that is. Oh, and it says it's going to rain. We're going to have a thunderstorm in about an hour. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. So we'll just wait for a little bit for people to come in. Share this out if you can on social media. We have someone that's going to come on that is a loved one of Brittany's and is going to talk about Brittany as a person and, you know, everything from her perspective. Let's see who we've got in chat. We have Jay Suarez, Jack's mum, Tim Barnes, Kerry McDonald, Rennie, Kelly in Oregon, Jessica M, Erin Trackle, Mandy Ray, Nada. Hey everyone, welcome in. I know that some people will probably be busy doing something else at the moment because apparently the Lifetime thing's on about a certain individual that I'm not going to mention his name. I don't support watching that, and so we're just not going to talk about it. We're not going to. But I want to quickly, before our guest comes on, I do want to go over the case a little bit and talk about Brittany and what happened so that we're all on the same page. We all know what's going on. So Brittany Shank went missing or was last seen November 30th, 2018. On the day that she disappeared, she had a disagreement with her boyfriend in the morning, went to her grandmother's house to do laundry. She was with an unknown male, a male that was has blonde hair. They aren't 100% sure if that was her boyfriend or it was somebody else. Later on in the night, she gets into it's not even really an accident, but her car is found on the side of the road. It's her boyfriend's car, was on the side of the road, and she gets out of the car and she goes to an elderly man's home in the area and asks to call 911. He calls, and so does she. She also goes to another home, but it's of a young man, a teenage boy, and he's a bit scared. They've had a break-in recently, and so he sort of doesn't do anything. That is the last time she's seen, and we don't really have a lot of information about what happens after that. There is a Ring doorbell footage that we have. If you know this case, you've seen this case from pretty early on, and if you haven't seen, we did speak to Jessica Brittany's mum last week. I will be sure to leave the link to that video in the chat in a moment, or I'll leave it in the description of the video. So where we're at the moment is something we've made some progress with after the last live where we discussed some things that we wanted to do. We're not going to discuss them publicly just because it's all things that are pending, but I will say that there has been a little bit of progress that has been made. We are discussing that there was a search party organized, but I think they're going to put it off a little bit until the snow situation is relieved a little bit, I believe. Let me see who we have in chat. Oh, thanks, Jack's mum. Hey, Kanga Blue. Kanga Blue, are you extremely hot today as well? No worries, Nada. Hey, Ma. Hey, Bunny Bubs. Hey, Puss in Boots. Hey, Sassmare. Oh, yes, and it's Australia Day as well. Yeah. I don't know. Australia Day is a bit hard in Australia. And I think today it's a bit hard as well with all the fires and everything that's gone on. But definitely, it's definitely an Australian Day because it's incredibly hot. So if you're not in the group, I would recommend joining the Brittany Shank group. Let me grab the link for that and pop it in the chat. And that's got all of the information about the case that you need. But if you don't know about the case, I would recommend after you watch this live to go and have a little look at the live from last week as well. Let me pop that in. So in a few moments, we will have our guest come on. She's using Zoom for the first time, so hopefully I've explained it nice and easily for her. And she is someone who was very close to Brittany. If there is anyone listening that knows Brittany, please say hello in the chat. I promise that we will give you as much respect and care as we possibly can. And if you would like to talk to me in the future, be it on air or off air, about Brittany, then please feel free to email me. Let me see if our Streamlabs bot is working, and we'll pop my email address in the chat. Hopefully you guys can't hear. I'm kind of a little distracted because I've got someone outside either mowing their lawn or leaf blowing, and it's very distracting. Hey, Nate. Thank you. Yeah, prayers for Australia. I think we're all getting settled in. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like as well. We are following a couple of other cases at the moment, one being the Kevin Bacon case, and the last video we did was an interview. Oh gosh, he's really loud next door. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. I apologize. Oh, he stopped. Thank God. Thank goodness. Here we go. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can. Hello. I'll just make sure everyone in chat can
Hello,
hear you.
how are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Can everyone in chat hear our guest Peggy? Just let me know in chat. I want to make sure that you all can hear.
Try to turn this TV down here.
It just takes a little second because there's a delay when we talk and then when the chat hears, of course.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was trying to get it downloaded on my computer, which I've got it there, but my network keeps failing on it. So I thought,
No.
well, I'll call.
Okay, that's easier. Yeah, so everyone can hear you. So thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it, and I know that you wanted to do this because obviously you care about Brittany so much, and my aim is just bring awareness to the case and see how we can help, if we can help in any way.
I sure appreciate it.
Of course. So do you mind telling everyone sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you mind telling everyone how you know Brittany?
I met her through my son. They were quite close, and he brought her over, and I met her, and the girl had my heart right from the first time I met her.
Oh.
she was such a sweet girl.
Oh, that's lovely. And so how long have you known her for?
I knew her, I want to say 3 years. Her mother and I have been friends for like 10 years.
Okay. So you're a friend of the family, really, because you know her mum as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know. I want to know more about Brittany as a person. I know I want to get Jessica on again if she wants to talk about it as well, because I know we've talked a lot about the case, but I want to talk about her as a person. So do you have any memories that really stick out with her, or just stories about her that sort of highlight who she is as a person?
She was giving, hard worker. She always had a job, but she was working and, you know, pushing forward, doing the best she can to push forward. I was quite proud of her.
Oh, I love that. And so what sort of things, do you know what sort of things she was interested in, or did she have any hobbies or anything like that?
Oh, she liked to do the adult coloring. You know, we all like to
Me
do that.
too. I was doing that
Uh,
yesterday.
she liked to be outdoors that I had seen. Um, like 3 or 4 days before she come up missing, she was with me. She had spent a few days with me,
Yeah.
so I got some time with her. But she was like one of my own kids,
Yeah, of
and she still
course.
feels that way.
Yeah. So she was with your son. Um and so what about at the time of her disappearance? I'm not really sure.
He was incarcerated at the time
Okay. Okay.
when she
Um
when she come up missing.
yeah. And so when she did come up missing, can you walk us through your perspective of things? Um, yeah, from your point of view, when did you find out? And all of that sort of thing.
I would say she was gone probably a week when I found out that she was missing, and I knew something was up because I hadn't heard from her, because we talked at least every other day.
Yeah.
And my son had called home too, and he hadn't heard from her. So he was getting concerned, and he said, "Mom, can you find out where she's at? What's going on?" And then I found out from her mom that she was missing then.
Yeah.
Um, I, I totally, fully believe there is foul play.
Yeah.
Several people. Um, I don't really understand what she could have done so bad to deserve what she got. I mean, nobody does.
Yeah. And so you do believe that she um has passed then.
Yes,
I do believe the
yes,
general consensus with all of her loved ones, I'm assuming, is that they believe that as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it is hard because I want, when I say I want to help, I want to help bring her home. I think that that's how we sort of all feel. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we believe that, sadly, that she's alive, which is hard. But she still deserves to be brought home to her loved ones, of course.
yes. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree, and it would put a lot of ease to her family as
Yeah, of
well.
course.
And her grandparents are elderly. Her grandfather's ill, and it would just be nice for her to be home,
Yeah.
for grandparents before.
Yeah. And so when was the last time you spoke to her? You said she was staying with you a few days?
Yeah, it was, see, she come up missing on the 30th of November, so like around the 26th, 27th of November,
Yeah.
she was, she was with me.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out doing the girls thing.
Yeah. Um yeah, that's really hard as well. And so uh, so we look at her disappearance and we look at you know, she goes missing, and then you obviously find out like everyone else. Did you have any thoughts early on about how you felt? Did you think that it was, I mean, and I'm saying this, I don't know the answer, but did you think this was typical Brittany behavior, or were you concerned early on, or did you think, oh, maybe she's just left for a bit?
Oh no, I was concerned right away not hearing from her. And then when my son would, hadn't heard from her, her grandma hadn't, I was very concerned. There was definitely a problem, because that was not Brittany. That's not
Yes.
the way she did.
Yeah, so she was someone that was reliable as well as hardworking.
Yeah, yeah, and her grandma, if anybody, her grandma would have heard from her.
Yeah, and that's,
because she was
and
very
yeah,
close with her.
yeah, and that's what I gained from the last conversation that I had, the last interview I did with Jessica, was that her poor grandmother as well, because she saw her last, and I do worry about her as well, because that's got to be a lot
Yeah,
for her, to feel guilt, but she shouldn't feel guilt for anything either.
right. Yeah, yeah. I did find it odd that when she did go to her grandma's and do her laundry that night, that there was a gentleman with her. What I found odd was that her grandmother didn't know who this man was.
Yeah, and so
And
she did know.
that
She,
wasn't like Brittany to
yeah,
take somebody out there that her grandparents didn't know or something.
yeah. So do you think so they aren't sure if that was her boyfriend or not? Is
I
that
don't believe it was.
okay? So that is very interesting. Very one of the things to note, I think, I guess, from all of this.
Yeah.
And so after she goes,
Constantly, I tried calling her phone, and my son did too. We just kept trying calling,
that
and
has to be really
we got
frustrating for
no.
him as well, because he was incarcerated. He probably felt really powerless.
Yeah, he did, and he was well, he honestly hasn't accepted that she's passed. He doesn't believe that she's passed
Yeah.
fully.
Well, I can understand that. Um, I guess because you have no answers. I guess you could say anything happened, really. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, and did you go out and help with any of the searches for Brittany?
Oh yes, I've been on lots of them.
Yeah.
Lots of them. Yeah.
And nothing sort of came
Yeah.
of any of the searches.
No, not really.
That's so frustrating.
Yes, it is very frustrating, and then it, makes us wonder where's our finest when we need them.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. And there was no conversations that she had with you in the days, because you were with her for a few days before she disappeared. There was nothing that she said that was alarming. Everything was just completely normal.
Yeah, yeah. She was excited about buying a dress for her daughter, and she was just so excited about it, and she'd been working really hard to be able to do that.
What can you?
And
I actually haven't asked anyone. What was she? What was her job?
she worked down at the truck stop down here at it's Michigan Indiana line.
Oh,
It's called
okay.
the Glass House.
Oh, okay. So that would have been pretty intense hours, I would assume then.
Yeah, yeah. And then she worked at a convenience store as well, just at the edge of Michigan, Indiana. She worked there with her grandmother
Oh,
for
okay.
quite some time. And then they needed more help, so then I started working there with her and her grandmother for a little bit then too.
Yeah. And her grandmother's still working. That's awesome. Um, so is there anything else that stands out to you from her disappearance that you feel needs to be highlighted?
Mm, yeah, but I should probably put a filter in it right at the moment.
Well, anything that you think that you're comfortable with sharing publicly. Obviously, there's some things you don't, no, people don't want to share publicly, and that's fine. But is there anything that um, that during this time um, you've been frustrated with, or key elements you think that need to be looked at that haven't been, that possibly we can help with? Is there anything that you can think of?
Pretty much the thing that I'm more irritated with than anything is not one of her friends, supposed friends, best friends, whatever, have not even been on one search with us.
Oh, wow.
And if it was turned around and Brittany's friend was missing, Brittany would be out there,
Yeah.
stomping the ground searching, and not one of her friends has done this.
Wow, I
And I
didn't
don't
know that.
understand it.
Wow. Well, if any of her friends are listening and want to talk about her and to sort of say anything, then you're welcome to email me about it as well. But yeah, that's sort of disappointing if that's the case
Yeah.
as well. So unfortunately, what do you think has happened to Brittany?
I believe that she was kidnapped. I believe that she was I believe she was tortured and raped. All the unimaginable was
Yeah.
done to her before they took her life a week later, to our understanding.
Yeah.
You know, but I just, for something like that to happen around this area, you know, we're not used to that, and then it being somebody so sweet and close to us, that it's just, sometimes I just get an empty feeling upstairs because I just can't comprehend how somebody could do that to her.
Yeah.
You know, Matt, you know,
No, you go.
I think that our finest should actually be earning their paycheck,
I know.
you know, and doing what they should be doing for this case right now, you know.
Yeah. And have you seen the Ring doorbell footage?
What, pardon me,
The video of
the
the
video.
car, yeah.
Um, yeah, but I haven't seen it enhanced.
Okay. So, I did enhance it a little. Once the only problem though is it became very grainy when I did. But I did give a couple of enhanced versions um to Jess, and um I will ask her. She might be popping on soon. I'll ask her if I can share those as well, so that anyone can see it um as
Okay.
well. But so, and do you think that is her, or you're not sure?
Pardon me.
Do you think that that is Brittany in the video, or are you unsure?
Yeah, I do think it is.
Yeah. So someone in the
I
chat's
do,
just
because
asking.
when I
No, go ahead.
I do remember the first time I seen the video, though, you could hear slightly a woman's voice,
Oh, absolutely.
and Yeah, and I believe that was her voice.
Yeah. So to clarify, because someone's asking in the chat, we discovered in the last interview that we did with Jessica was that that video, it wasn't anything related to gas. It was actually Jessica was able to obtain the video from the source, and the person that stole something actually stole some muck boots from that person's the front of their house or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, so that was good to clarify as well, because I think we all thought that they were stealing gas or something, and that wasn't actually the case at all.
Right, yes. And I have, I wonder too why nothing's being done more with that car.
Yeah, see, that's the really frustrating part. Is we sort of don't know, and I don't think Jess knows anything about what the police are actually doing with it, which is very frustrating, obviously. But I
Yeah.
think that they are working on that behind the scenes. But I don't know if you have a different device that you can actually look at the video that we're on at the moment. And if you do, I could actually play the video and show you guys the enhanced version if you want.
Well, my computer is not wanting to do what it's supposed to. I'm using my phone right now.
Okay.
Let me see. I got a tablet here. I don't know if
I mean,
if I
that
gotta
should
go
actually
through.
work. You just have to go. I can send it to you in chat. Oh, I think I did the link. Did I send you the link?
Hmm.
Do that now.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
I'm just giving Jess the meeting ID because she's going to pop on soon. So let me
Okay.
just quickly do that. And then I will get you the link. And so when you listen to, oh, I don't know how you do that. What I'll do is I might mute your microphone for a little bit, just so that we don't hear it coming through when you listen to the video. So I've just posted the link into Messenger, so you should have that. And then let me get the video up. I'll get the original up first. Okay, and just let me know when you have that pulled up. And then what I might do now is I might just mute your microphone for a little bit so that you can see the video.
Yeah, I'm. My computer is saying that the meeting will begin soon.
Oh, so you must accidentally be in Zoom twice. So I just sent you the link to the video. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the video where we're live at the moment.
Okay.
And you can watch the video with everyone else.
All right, and I got my tablet here, and it shows the same things as my phone, and I'm trying to see where it's. Okay, so where it says here you've logged into Zoom, is that what I want to hit, and I can see it there?
No. So we're watching on YouTube. So if you go into the last link that I sent you, it'll come through there.
Okay.
So if you click that, it takes you to YouTube, and it takes you to the video that we're currently doing at the moment.
Okay. All righty. Let me see if I can. I'm not real good at all this here.
That's
so
okay.
bear with me.
That's okay.
here.
Yeah, so this is the Kanga Blue, this is the video of the car.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, I've got a green phone up here at the top, and it's counting down. That is, do I hit that then?
No, so you know how so if you go into Messenger and you go into our conversation, I've just sent you a link, and it's the What Happened to Brittany Shank link. That's the link to the video that we're currently doing right now as we're live.
Okay.
So if you click on that link, it should take you straight to YouTube, straight to the place where the video is being played, and then that way you can actually see, I'll type it in one more time for you, that way you can actually see the video as I show it to everyone else. But if not, then I might just show it to everyone, and then
Yeah, you just send it to me even, you know. I'd be good with that.
okay, so I'll do that now. And then whilst I'm showing everyone, I will mute you so that they can hear the video. So how about we do that now? I'll put the video on loop for everyone, and then I'll mute you, Peggy, and show you the video through Messenger.
Okay.
Okay, so we are muted. Let me show you the video. I'm going to play it a couple of times. This is not enhanced. I will show you an enhanced one in a minute. Let me just loop this. And then whilst this is playing, I will help Peggy out. Okay, so I will get an enhanced version up. Let me just quickly check the chat. This is not Brittany's car. This is somebody else's car. So in relation to the video, in case you guys don't know about it, this video was uploaded to the St. Joseph's Police Department's Facebook and YouTube page in relation to something that was stolen. They wrote stolen gas, but that was actually incorrect. Once it was discovered that it could possibly be Brittany, it was removed from all social media sites. So Jessica does believe that is Brittany. And so that's why we have been playing it, but I have sent that to Peggy so that she can watch, and then once she's watched that, I will pop her back on. I might do that now and see if she's there. Are you there, Peggy? Are you there, Peggy?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you get to see that video?
I've seen it before.
Oh, okay. And so you do believe that is Brittany?
I do.
Yeah.
I just gut feeling.
Yeah. So a lot of people are asking what do they think? Jay Suarez, do you mean what do the police think? What do you think Who do you mean? What are they thinking happened?
Are you still talking to me?
Yeah, sorry, I was just asking someone in the chat because they asked a question for me. So you think that she was, you sort of feel the same as Jessica, that she was kept for a week or so, obviously
Yes.
against her will before she was sadly killed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble hearing you.
Yeah, my phone just hung up on us. I just got us back on.
Oh,
back on.
okay. No worries. Yeah, I know you said you had some phone issues. That's completely fine. So the police and Jessica, well, Jay Suarez, we did discuss that in last week's video that, and I think Jessica will come on in a minute as well, that she believes that that Brittany was kept for over a week and then was sadly murdered. And I think that, I don't know about you, Peggy, but the sort of the screams really, I'll never forget those screams in a horrible way.
I can't right there.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's something, I'm a complete stranger listening to it, but it must be very hard for you and all of her loved ones to listen to that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you think that we as the general public can do to help? Is there anything you can think of?
Just get the word out.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like anybody knows about it.
Yeah. That didn't get a lot of media coverage, I don't think.
No.
No,
And
it didn't.
It's all because that had something in the past and they just left it under the rug. Like,
Sorry, I'm hearing an echo. Let me see what's going on. I think have you got two phones set up?
no, I just can't tell them.
Okay, try talking now.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah. Unless, is Jess, are you here? Did you call in, Jess? No, it's weird. There's two phones. Okay. I think I've sorted it out now. So you just think we should just keep talking about it, keep sharing on social media? Is that what you think, Peggy?
I think, yeah. And, it needs to be spread out and public forum.
Oh, I think we might have lost you again.
Oh, geez.
I can sort of hear you.
I can't move. My phone has to stay plugged in.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I unmute, if this works better. Can you try now? Try talking now? No.
I'm unmuted now.
Oh, there we go. That sounds a bit better.
Okay.
So, as we were saying, is there anything else you can think of that we can do to help any of her family and her loved ones with the case? Anything you can think of?
No, I mean, 11 days before she came up missing, I got a message from her on Facebook Messenger, and she wanted me to be a Facebook legacy on her Facebook.
I'm so sorry. I can't hear you.
Yeah, see, I'm going to have to wait until I get a new phone.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. But I do really appreciate you calling in and giving us some insight to who Brittany was. From everyone I've spoken to, it seems that she was just so lovely and kind and hardworking and reliable and yep.
Definitely feisty.
Feisty. I love that. Feisty.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Feisty.
Yeah. But I'll let you go for now, and I will send you a little message later. But thank you so much for talking to us and for sharing a little bit about Brittany
Okay,
with
honey,
us. Thank you. Bye. That her phone has a mind of its own. Nate says, I've been following since beginning of Feb 2018. Well, it didn't happen until November 2018. Hey, David, how are you? So we were just speaking to Peggy, who is a family friend of Brittany Shank and Jessica, Brittany's mum. She spent some time with her a couple of days before she disappeared and said that nothing seemed abnormal, and she sadly does believe that Brittany has passed. She does believe she is the girl that's screaming in the video. I want to bring that video up. I'm going to bring up an enhanced video. I've enhanced a couple of these videos. Let's see which one that is. So I want to add those in. And then Jessica said that she might try and call in just to have a little chat about Brittany. Now, why aren't the other videos showing? Oh, we've got someone here. Hello.
My phone hung up again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I can hear you now.
Okay, good. I was just gonna tell everyone. I was just gonna show everyone the enhanced videos. Just one moment. And I think Brittany's mum is just gonna pop on and say a few things.
Yeah, she just messaged me, so
Okay.
she is.
Okay, awesome. So I'll let her come through. Let me have a little look at what everyone's saying in the chat. Kanga, are you having buffering issues?
Who, me?
No, someone in the chat's having some issues with some buffering. So Jess said she'll be on in a moment. And if there is anyone out there that did know, does know Brittany, it's hard to know what tense to use, sadly. Please shoot me a message, and you are welcome to discuss with me on or off alive about Brittany, and if there's anything that you know that could help in bringing her home as well. It's just, it would be nice for her family, her loved ones to have her home. I think the majority do believe that she sadly was murdered, but they do want her obviously to be home with her loved ones. And I have actually got the link to the GoFundMe to raise money for the memorial for Brittany, for her mum and her family. I love the statue, Peggy, that Jessica picked out.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. And I think when you don't sadly have your loved one with you, I do think that there is a need to have some sort of place or memorial for them, and I think it's absolutely perfect. Let me just double check the GoFundMe is in the link.
Yeah. I do too. It's beautiful. She was an angel too.
Yeah, a feisty angel.
Yeah, she was feisty.
So if anyone's looking to help donate towards that memorial, the GoFundMe is in the description for that. And we are looking into obviously a private looking to try and find a private detective that will help, or pro bono, or to raise funds for a private detective as well.
That would be wonderful. We're not getting much help ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
And it's been over a year. It's just been too long for the family.
Yeah, it absolutely has. It's really not fair.
No, it isn't. And I think about, the holidays, how much harder that is on the family. Well, those that are involved surely got to have nice holidays with theirs this year. Don't think
Yeah.
that's quite fair, and I just makes me so mad. I'm just
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jess was just messaging me, so I sounded a bit vague then. Yeah, it's been two Christmases.
yeah.
And she has 4 children that
Mhm.
don't have answers, and that's not something you can that's not something that you can discuss. You can't, there's no answers, so you don't really know what to say.
Right, yeah. Well, I believe we're still going to keep doing some searches. Jess and I have talked about it, and
Yeah.
I'm willing.
Yeah, so I think there was one scheduled for the end of this month, but with the snow situation, she's delaying it a little longer.
Yeah, she was kind of watching the weather a little bit, and Michigan. Well, you don't.
I say that's the funny thing.
It's
She said to me,
bipolar.
yeah, well, she said to me, she said, "Oh yeah, the snow." I was like, "Oh, I don't understand snow. We don't have snow in Australia. Well, some parts do, but I totally forgot that you would have to think about that when you go search."
Right, yeah, yeah, yep. And it didn't matter if it was cold or not. We were still out there, bundled up.
Yeah.
We've even taken our own dogs,
Yeah.
to see if they would pick something up. And
Yeah, it shouldn't be up to you guys to do that. It really shouldn't.
no.
Yeah,
And
Jen.
it's sad that we're doing the searches, and our finest isn't doing the searches.
Yeah. I believe they only had one official search as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's about it.
That's crazy. It's just wrong. So there are things happening in, just so that everyone that's listening knows, there are things that are happening behind the scenes with all of that, but it's just best not to mention anything publicly. But we're working hard at trying to sort of have some cooperation.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Jack.
I didn't hear you
Hi.
come in.
I'm here.
Oh, wow. Hey, Jess, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
You're all right? All right is
I'm all
okay.
right. Yeah,
You've had a bit of a busy week as well, I think.
I have, but I'm back to work.
I know. I'm so, in a non-condescending way at all, I'm really proud of you, because that must have been such a huge, this is the first time you've gone back to work, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I did some work for my girlfriend, but that was as my son's stepmother, and that's all I did. And I haven't been back to work actually getting paid in 13 months. So.
And so how did it feel going back to work? Has it been an well, obviously it would be an adjustment, but are you okay? Is it keeping your mind busy?
It is. I mean, I still have that phone right on my hip, like having to recharge it every few hours because my phone keeps going up. But I try not to I keep it close because I always feel like.
So if anyone doesn't know, this is Jessica. This is Brittany's mum that's joined us now as well with Peggy. So we've just been discussing what Brittany is like as a person, because I think in our last interview we talked more about sort of the facts of the case and everything like that. But I really wanted to talk about who she is as a person, so people know her and connect with her a little bit more. And Peggy was mentioning how, you know, reliable and hardworking she was, and how feisty she was, which I kind of love.
She definitely was.
Yeah, I love
definitely
that.
gave me a run for my money.
What star sign is she?
What's that?
What star sign is she?
I still didn't catch that.
What's her star sign? Like what's her date of birth, and I can work out her star sign. Like
She's a Cancer.
She's a Cancer. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they're not usually feisty.
Might came in small package there.
That is very true, Brenda. Very, very true.
Yeah. How tall was she?
She's a little bitty thing.
5'1".
Oh.
Yeah.
So apparently cancers are very highly intuitive. They're very sensitive to their environments.
Yes, very much so. True fitting statement.
So it says, this is interesting, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it represents comfort, self-care, and maternal energies. They create cozy, safe spaces. They care deeply about their family and quick to adopt caregiver roles. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. They're very loyal. They love commitment, and they have lots of emotional depth.
Again, true statements.
And they have, this is really funny. They have a distinct brand of passive aggressiveness. I don't know if she was passive aggressive, but that's really funny.
Did I ever send you the video of her with her kids, with her girls?
No.
No, I mean, I wish. Let me try to do that while we're on the phone. I really would like you to put that up there.
Yeah.
I gotta click them. They're cute.
I'd love to. Everyone's sending you love in the chat.
Aw, thanks, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, don't mind me. Go ahead and talk away. I'm going to find this real quick and I'll send it to you.
No, that's totally fine. I was just having a little read of what everyone's saying in chat because I haven't been able to be as involved in chat. Yeah, and so a lot of people are saying, look, the police dropped the ball with this. I mean, there's just so many questions. There's so many things that we don't know the answers to and want the answers to, but hopefully we will get some help with that. So if there's any private investigators out there listening and want to help, we would really love the help. Please contact Jessica or myself. Please, pretty please. Cherry on top, please.
Please.
You know, like I told you before, Bridget, like Brenda's been my ride or die out there. Like it is literally, we got caught in the woods after dark for like, how long, Brenda? Like 2 hours after dark? How scary was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we hadn't searched for a couple months. So, you know, like our bodies were like, what are you guys doing? I kept telling Brenda, you know, this is Brittany's, she's laughing at us right now because we hadn't been out there, you know, we're both like, out there because it was rough.
Wait, Brenda, Brenda, did you call in?
I've been here with you.
I'm so confused. I was talking to Peggy. When did you come in?
Oh, I was on before her, and my phone kept shutting off. Hanging up on.
Oh, Brenda, I'm so sorry.
I could hear Brenda's voice. I knew it was her.
Oh, of course you knew it was you knew, but I had no
Oh, yeah.
clue. Here I am just thinking I'm talking to Peggy. So this is Brenda is a very good family friend, and I know that Jessica told me that you've been helping so much with her as well. So thank you so much for calling in and for taking time out. I really appreciate it.
More than pleased to. She's one of mine too.
Yeah, of
Yep.
course. So, can you tell me a little bit about Brittany from your perspective?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, pretty much what we were just talking about. She is a spitfire. she was hardworking. She was a tiny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She got my heart when I first met her. She had my heart. She was such a sweet girl.
Yeah. And so, how long have you known her for?
Probably 3 years.
Right. Okay.
But I've known Jess for like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone's asking in the chat if you know whose vehicle that is in the video, and I'm just going to say yes, and that we probably shouldn't talk about any more of that. Probably, maybe.
Right. I mean,
I agree.
everybody knows who it is outside of here. If they just kind of pay attention. Like I said, we don't have any hard evidence, at this point. So I hate to slander anybody,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
It'll come out sooner or later. It's going to come out. I feel like we are so close. Like my bones and everything just tell me that we're so close. And I think Brenda feels the same way.
Oh yes, I do. I think that we're close, and I believe others are seeing this too.
That's good.
Definitely.
I'm glad.
We're getting close. She's,
Yeah.
we're the vigilante mamas.
just don't go getting yourselves in trouble, because I don't want to have to start talking about you guys. I don't want to have to talk about you two.
I know. I think we're being reprimanded, Brenda.
We're just the pissed off mamas.
Oh, I understand. I mean, you probably feel powerless. I just can't imagine. I just feel for you guys as well. I'm just downloading. Is that the video that you sent me, Jess?
Yep.
Okay. I'll download it and then I'll put it up.
Okay. The only way I could get it over there to you, so.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna make me cry.
I know. I cry every time I watch it. Every time.
So let's see how I do. Yes, so. So what I might do is I might mute us so that we can all, so they can all hear the video, and I can replay the video because I can't hear it. I'll do that now.
Okay.
Hi, yes. Hi, yes. What? Why are you being shy for? Huh? Why are you being shy? Huh? She knows. Hi. Why are you being shy? Huh? Why are you being shy? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Are we getting her, Pacey? Are we getting her because she won't give me no kisses? Can I kiss? kiss. Hazel, give me a kiss. Look. Oh. They have my attitude, don't they? You want some more? Yeah. You want some of this? Food? Food? You want it? That's how much it is. Mine? Time to kiss yet? Yes! Yes, give me kisses. Don't take.
Okay, we're back. That was such a beautiful video. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. I sent one more too.
Oh, okay. I can't actually get that one. It says attachment unavailable.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. You can only hear her voice in that one, but it's cute. She's walking the baby, the youngest one. She's learning how to walk.
Oh, and so a few people saying that Kanga Blue says it's lovely that the kids have that video and to see her as well, and it's just lovely the way she's looking at them as well is just so full of love. That's what I loved the most. That's what I picked up the most.
Mm-hmm.
So sweet. So without going into, obviously there's stuff that's going on behind the scenes that it's best not to discuss, but is there anything we can publicly state about like updates, or is there anything coming up in the future that people should be aware of?
Mama's coming.
And Mama too is coming too.
Yeah. So we're going to wait for the snow to sort of calm down a little, I think, for you guys to go out and do a search.
Yeah. We don't care if it's cold out, really. We've been out there when it's cold, but the snow on the ground is definitely going to hinder us. So, and it just snowed a little bit today, but it should go away here pretty soon. I was looking at the weather for the month, and I think we'll be able to do a search here in a couple, a week or two. So.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to get with Kelly. I'm getting with Kelly from Michigan Search and Rescue so that we can have a big search party and dogs too. So that's what I'm trying to coordinate with them as well.
Yeah. And so as soon as you know, let me know and I'll let everyone else know. And then I think John was looking for more help with his video, I believe. Is that right? With the candlelight videos, is that correct?
He was looking for what now? More help?
I'll try and find the post in the group. I saw a post where he was looking for some more people to send in more videos for his video. Let me see if I can find it. Someone let me know about it just before.
He's probably trying to reach out to other people too and get some other people's feedback, instead of just mine. So, because normally if he needs something, he'll just, call me or text me. But that's the only bad part about work and going back to work is I can't be on this 100%. I don't always see everything right away.
I can't find it. I'll have to find the message. Someone sent me a message. And then someone asked, and you don't have to mention because we don't really talk about the kids much, but someone asked how old the children are.
6, 5, 3, and 2.
Yeah. Busy. But they're doing really well, so I think that's important for everyone to know as well.
Yeah. And the youngest, she was born with a defect, and she had to have like massive open. I don't want to say heart, but they opened her up she's got a scar from top of her chest all the way down her belly, and Michigan State University did a magnificent job with her. She was born where part of her lung was the vessel or whatever was shoved into her heart, like the canal. And then one of her arteries, she was born with 2 arteries, and one goes away and one's supposed to stay.
Yeah.
And it was opposite. So they had to use like some of her to rebuild a new one. And the baby was sick. She was about 2 months old. And man, I was like, something's really wrong, you know? And the doctor noticed it, you know, right away. About 2 months old, he said, she's not gaining weight. And he ran some tests and stuff and found it. And she's easily startled these days, you know, like that. But that's really the only, you know, aftermath of it all.
That's pretty incredible, though. Considering,
yeah, she does really well.
Yeah, that's really good. And you know, they're just being happy and doing their own thing. And you know, I know it's hard for them because, you know, what do you say to them? But kind of at the same time, and it sounds horrible, but maybe it's a blessing they're young, so that they don't fully understand at the moment what's going on.
Right. And, you know, that has been discussed, you know, and the kids don't know. They don't know why, you know, they don't know nothing about it. They just, which is bad too, you know, but it's better than the alternative, you know.
Yeah.
But I think last time we save everything, you know, all of the, you know, any casts that have been on, those are saved, the searches, the flyers, everything.
Yeah. And then that way they'll get to know as well how many people cared about her as well, which meant that they cared about them when they're sort of dealing with it in the future. And it's a blessing. I mean, because if this happened like, say, 20, 30 years ago, they wouldn't have had any of this.
No, they wouldn't have.
They wouldn't have those videos that you have, which I think is really amazing. So apparently John's looking for some more candlelight videos. If they can be 10 to 20 seconds of a person holding a candle in the dark. So that's what John is looking for. And then someone else asked, and I don't know if you know the answer, but what happened to Beck's paranormal videos? I think someone told me that her account possibly could have been hacked. So I don't know what's happening there. I know that's really frustrating.
Well, I do know. She changed her name to Triggity Beats or something like that. And even if her account was hacked, I messaged her. She did not message me back. And Brittany's videos are the only videos that were taken down.
Oh, okay.
It's very odd to me. Like, I didn't know it until that night we were on, you know, and you went looking for them. And you said you couldn't find them. So then I go looking for them, and they're just not there.
No, everyone in chat.
Too.
Yeah, everyone's looked for them, and unfortunately they're not there, which is so frustrating.
Yeah, I think somebody got to her.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get to me. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I don't know what it is that said to her, said to people, but I don't know what happens, but they say whatever they say gets to them.
Yeah, I know. It's so frustrating. So incredibly frustrating for you guys. I'm sure that you feel like you make one step forward and then 3 steps back every single time.
Yes.
But we are hoping. So is there anything else we can do for the moment? I know there's things behind the scenes going on, but is there anything the general population, the general community can do?
Brenda, go ahead.
Come out there and help us search.
Yeah.
I mean, we really need people to help us search. I mean, when it's only Jess and I, or maybe there's 4 of us or something, we can't cover a whole lot of ground then, you know. If we got more people, we could really cover a lot more ground.
Yeah, absolutely. And so
if anybody has a fish
pardon?
I need a fish camera. I had a fish cam that went down into the water, and it has a video screen. It has a screen on it, and you lower it down into the water, and you can see really well. It's got the infrared on it. But I think that it got taken in the trunk of one of my cars at the police got impounded. So I don't have it anymore, and they're really expensive. So if anybody has one, like to donate or to let us use or whatever, I did get a boat from my girlfriend that she's gonna let us use, or even have, or rather, she's gonna let us have it, and I can search with that in the water. But I need a fish cam to get down in that water to see down in it.
And so, can you explain to people what the fish cam will show, just so that everyone's very clear on?
A fish camera is different than a sonar, where a sonar shows like where the but this thing actually will show you underwater, like you were underneath water with a pair of goggles on. I mean, it's so clear. It's amazing.
And so basically,
you'll see it in the water.
Yeah, and so basically, it would help if you found a body. There's no other way to say it. It's
right. No,
I'm trying to be sensitive. There's just no way to say it.
I was really, I guess I just assumed it, because we do this all the time, now that I assumed everybody was clear on that.
Yeah,
but,
no, I mean,
Brenda had to school me when we first got out there searching, like what to look for, and she was kind of like she's like, well, look for any, watch for the turned up dirt, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, well, like dirt that, and I'm like, oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I was trying not to say it, but I had to say it,
I'm like, and then after that, heard more horror stories like burned and things like that. I had to be, again, realistic, and I had to do my homework on it because I didn't know what I was looking for, like I didn't know how, if you could actually do that to a person, I didn't know if that was like, if everything was gone, or, if it was, I didn't know what I was looking for. So I finally started doing some research on that and stuff. And that's why I got a fish cam, because, when a body comes up, if a body is put in the water, yes, the gases are released and it comes up, but it also, after the gases are released, they go back down.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's why I need a fish cam.
Yeah. And it's hard too, because the thing is that you shouldn't have to know any of this stuff. Like the stuff I feel that the police should have done, and it's just frustrating that you've had to learn about all this stuff in relation to talking about your daughter. It's just so wrong to me. I should be having to sort of navigate what I say, because you're a victim in this, but you're not, because you have to do this all yourself. It's just really infuriating to me.
It is me, but on the other hand, like, fine, Brittany really wouldn't want the police finding her anyway. I'm just like,
no, she wouldn't.
I'm kind of joking, but I'm not. Like, she wouldn't want the police to find her, but I feel like I'm actually doing something. I feel, like I said before, I feel like I failed her, not being able to protect her that night. And right now, once we got out there to search, it's like, we don't find her, but it still makes me feel good to go and look, and to keep searching for. That's the only thing that keeps my emotional stability, like, somewhat stable,
Yeah. Do you mind if I share your PayPal in the chat? Because I think it would be, if anyone can spare $5, we'll put a little bit in for a fish camera. That would really, really, really help.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I've got your PayPal, because I have PayPal'd you before. Thankfully, I that before. Let me just double check. Got it. It's just, oh yeah, I've got it. Here's PayPal.me. So if anyone wants to help, just if we all pitch in $5, we can help with the fish camera, which would be extremely beneficial. So there we go. That's that.
Extreme.
Yeah, extremely. So Kangablue's asking, why aren't the state police involved?
They are. Well, they are, but they're not. Like, they're on the sidelines. Like, they are. So another detective, his name's Todd Peterson. He is a state trooper. And when he's the one I talked to after I got out of jail, I called him and I called Spence, and they both were saying the same, exact story. That, well, there's no evidence. So maybe she probably just went out there and died of hypothermia.
Yeah.
So they're involved. They just stepped away. I don't really know what the case. I have my suspicions, but I don't really know for sure.
Yeah. And with all of that, you're a little lost as well. Like, where do you sort of go next? And I think
that, and it's hard when you can't always I need the okay to get on, you have to have the okay to be on people's properties and stuff,
Yeah.
And a feeling that the next property that I go to, they're probably not going to tell me yes, and I'm going to be then I'm going to go, okay, guilty.
Yeah. Someone's asked a really good question in chat. Did law enforcement have Brittany's grandmother look at a photo lineup of men who matched the description of the guy at the house when Brittany was doing the laundry?
Yes. Well, yes. And we have to, here's the thing, grandma is older. I was just seeing her about a week ago. This woman is sitting at the kitchen table at 11 o'clock at night. I know she feels guilty. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
She's distraught over it. I know she is. And like I said before, then they just found out that grandpa has cancer. So he's got to go in next month for the surgery. I feel bad for her, really, really bad for her. Brenda's met her too. More importantly, her Brittany's uncle's boys saw and talked to the man while he was there. And when her uncle was playing that video of the car in his room one night, he said he was folding clothes. He had that video on, listening to it. And he turned around, and one of his boys, I think the older one, was standing there. He's 16. And he said that his face was pale white. And he said, Dad, that's the guy that was with Brittany.
Wow.
But the cops never questioned the boys. Never.
Oh, that's confusing. That's annoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kangaroo's asking if there's an independent government body. I think Jess has done all of that and really not gotten anywhere. So I think that's why she's sort of taking it in her own hands as well.
What were they asking?
If there's an independent government body department to complain to. You've already done that.
I have. The next step is I'm making a complaint with the Michigan State Attorney General's office.
Yep. Now, I have a question. I don't know whether you've done this before. Can we start a petition?
Yeah, we can start a petition.
Okay. I joke a lot about starting petitions because I just think it's just a joke I make, but I'm serious with this. I know a lot of people maybe we can sort of petition to have law enforcement look properly into her disappearance, or I don't know, we can talk about it offline and work out the wording, but I know everyone in here and so many people will sign this because and
I have 600 people just on her page alone.
Yep. And Kanga Blue's saying, can Jess keep hounding them? She has been, and maybe if there's a petition, they'll sort of push it. She's also suggesting maybe we can all write to them. That's another great idea.
Ed's involved. That's who I want involved. I don't know how much more of a federal case this could possibly be. I feel like, Brenda, would you not agree with me on this?
Yeah, I think that the FBI should have been involved right from the beginning.
Yeah,
absolutely. And when she's called, we both called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that they should. I think that if they were involved, we'd be a lot farther right now. We'd know more. Well, possibly even have her home.
Yeah, of course. You haven't gotten answers to anything.
Nope. Nothing.
there's
nothing,
just nothing.
and they've not treated Jess that well either. You know, considering what she's going through. You know, what would they think if it was their daughter and trying to do what she's doing? You know, and these people just don't look at it like that.
No, they don't. You know, I met with someone today. I actually met with Miss Sheehan a cold case today and this afternoon, and you know, he made a very good point, which is sad, but it's still it's the facts. Brittany meets every criteria there is for her to be exploited all over the news, except for the fact that she's got a past.
Yeah. Yep.
And that right there, what sadly hinders her from being a public, in the public view and having her face out there and her story out there and her found.
And she doesn't have a well name, you know, a high up name for our area.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get this out there. So a lot of people are asking lots of questions now. Do they have a Department of Public Prosecution there? I don't know. The location exactly is it Sturgis?
It's St. Joseph County. It's the county
St.
department.
Joseph County. Okay, because someone's asking someone about a fish cam. Did Jessica? Oh, have you spoken to the Charlie Project? Jessica's Brittany's on the Charlie Project website, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay. And have you contacted any agencies that have helped missing persons? I'm sure that you have.
Well, I just contacted NAMUS not too long ago, and that's the National American Missing Persons. And I'm getting together a little bit. When I looked her up, like there's not a whole lot of info. Like the detective put her on there, but really horrible, like fill in the blanks. You know, I guess like as far as the description goes, I feel like there definitely could have been more there and a better picture. Her dad, when he originally reported her missing, gave him a picture of when she was pregnant with her first child. So that was, 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And so the more updated picture on there and, some more valid details. And the lady was really nice and emailed me back and said, no problem at all. Send me what you have. I'm getting that together too. Other than that, I haven't really what I want to say, I haven't really contacted a whole lot more of these places like Charlie's, but there's other sites that I know that Mackenzie's Way, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's another one that she's on. There's a few that she's on, and I have a couple friends that have put her on different missing charities and stuff. So I haven't expunged I haven't exercised my whatever they do. I haven't done any of that.
Okay, so how about we create one post that has all of the information on it, and then I will get everyone to share to every single missing persons page they possibly can find on Facebook, on Reddit, on Twitter, and we'll do like a complete social media push, because even if that,
awesome.
Pardon? Yeah, even if it gets a couple of suggestions of things or something like that. And Jembe makes a really great point. Peyton Houston's a case that I covered recently. She went missing and she was found 2-3 weeks later. She had a drug past as well though, and that was still made public. So I don't understand why Brittany's case hasn't been, but maybe we can. Maybe if we do a social, I feel like maybe if we do a social media push now, maybe we can sort of try and get viral a little, because I feel like once posts go viral, people start to pay attention. Mm-hmm. We can lead it all back into the group as well, so we can get people back into the Brittany Shank group as well. But maybe we'll come up with some sort of post and just push everyone to it. And then someone else has asked, has the local prosecutor said anything about this case?
No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I found it kind of weird. Like when I got pulled over, you know, like when I got all my tickets and stuff and da da da, and I had to go to court in St. Joe County. When I went in to see the judge, he was so surprised. He was like, he kind of was like, ma'am, your driver's record just went kind of like in a downward spiral here lately. You want to tell me what's going on? And I was just honest with him. I said, well, my daughter is Brittany Shank and she's been missing. And I teared up and he was like, she hasn't been found yet? And he was really in shock. Like I could tell by his reaction and the way he said that to me. He had no clue that she has not been found. You know, and this was back in a few months ago or whatever, like, I don't know, 5 months ago. But he was really like amazed that she had not been found. He was like, she's not been found yet? I said, no, sir. He said, I'll tell you what, hold on a minute. He said, I'm going to talk to the prosecuting attorney and we're going to take a little recess and we'll come back in a minute. I'm going to get this squared away today. I'm like, okay, you know, prosecuting attorney talked to me. And they were all very nice. And, you know, it's just the police station.
Yeah. Okay. So let's work around that then. I'm going to suggest anyone who has any suggestions whatsoever to email me and we can pass it on. Let's do a social media push. Maybe we need to start letter writing to everyone and anyone that of any pull in the area. Maybe we can talk about that in the group. Maybe put a post up about that. Start some letter writing. Maybe we can start looking at contacting, like someone said in the chat, maybe some cold case TV shows if we have to. Let's just do a huge push, and that means that every single person that's watching this video, that's in chat or watching the replay, we really will need your help, because we need to speak really loudly and to get everyone, as many people as possible, to know her name, because I think that that's what happens when people start to pay attention. Then it sort of puts some pressure on law enforcement. And wishful thinking in the chat says all of Brittany's family and friends are citizens, taxpayers who aren't getting satisfaction for their state local taxes, which is true.
That's
so
right.
Kanga Blue is saying that we should be writing to the prosecutor. So maybe we'll create some sort of letter together offline and push that out and get everyone to sort of send the same letter, maybe.
Another thing I have a question about is, okay, so I think I mentioned to you about internal affairs before.
Yep.
And I did I thought that I contacted them, not sure. I know that I got up to the courthouse, like when I Googled it for internal affairs for St. Joseph County, I got a phone number for the courthouse. When the lady got on the phone, I think I told you too that she was like, I didn't mention her name, but I have the only kid missing, you know, in St. Joe County right now. So besides the Brittany Beers from years ago, but I said, no, my daughter's been missing. I don't feel like the police department is taking me seriously, like taking it seriously. You know, and she was like, we stand behind our law enforcement 100%. Like, yeah, then he calls me and leaves me a message the next day, Spence. Yeah, you know, I knew that you called up to the courthouse, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, like,
yeah.
So am I actually calling internal? I don't know if somebody else may know who internal affairs are for St. Joseph County.
Okay, so let me write that down as well. Okay, so Jay Suarez says that the Charlie Project has the number of 2 agencies in Michigan that are supposed to be investigating this case. We can call and respectfully harass them. Absolutely. Don't anyone do anything yet. I think what we'll do is, and then someone else has said better results from congressmen, especially if you can get it in the news. Maybe offline, off live, we can come together and write like a standard letter that has all the information possible in it and what we are asking for them to do, and then maybe we can get a list of places to send it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and then that way, if anyone has any suggestions on where to send it, shoot me an email. If there's anything you think we need to do, send me an email, because I think it's time for a social media push. And then, yeah, we'll look at Eternal Affairs again. Maybe, is there a way we can send them letters? Can we send Eternal Affairs letters and be like, what's going on? That'll be a nice.
I mean, I don't see why not.
That's we'll just send letters anywhere and everywhere. And I mean, I've got some Australian viewers, but I'm just gonna let them send anyway. I'll send. I don't care. I'm still gonna send.
You know, I even thought. Excuse me. With that being said, so, you know, we thought about, you know, we talked about calling Detective Spence every single day. You know, other people besides just myself, you know, or Brenda or whomever. Like, but people who've been like, you know, every day. He won't answer. He'll leave, you know, he'll get a voicemail.
Yeah, but
still.
I think it's time to. It's not being annoying or anything like that. It's like, well, let's get them. Let's get them noticing that we are noticing. We're not letting it go, and we're not letting it slide,
Right.
and maybe that makes a difference.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. Can we have these addresses posted to write, like the internal affairs and, you know,
so can someone in the
whoever wants to can have them?
Yeah. So what I'll do is, what I might do is, we'll talk about it offline. We'll get a letter up, and then we'll work out the addresses, and we'll put it all in the Brittany group. So if one of the mods can put the link to video and have all the information there for everyone as well.
Okay. How do I do that whole link thing for Brittany's group?
Actually, I'll just do it now.
Thank you, Bridget. I'm not that confused. Love it. I mean, all I know is, you know, it's missing Brittany Nicole Shank.
Yeah, I'll just pop the URL in. Easy. Yeah, so if you're searching for the group is in the chat, but I'll also put it in the description of the video, or you can look. I think if you just put Brittany Shank in, it comes up, because I think it's the only group, so you can just do that as well.
There's another one, and that's the one mistake. There's another group. Somebody else does another group, and if you want to go on Jerry Springer, that's the group to go to. But
okay.
Yeah. That's the best way I can put that.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Okay, so yeah, we'll get a list together. If anyone can think of any places to send it that would be helpful. And then Wishful Thinking says, it would be great to have a list of parties just as communicated with dates, outcomes, so angle of attack can be better informed. That's a really great point. So let me just screenshot that message for later, so we can have a little chat about who you've spoken to and when, and then we can make a proper letter and all of that. I don't know.
Does anybody would anybody like to be my personal secretary? Because man, it's hard. Like, Brenda is good about writing stuff down, and I am, you know, I get to, you know, I am to a point, but you know, like, it is really hard for like everything that goes on. It's like, man, it's aggravating, because I wish that I could just I wish I had one of those little recorders, you know, that they used to have, the police department used to have, you know, because it'd be so easy to.
So how
about writing things down now, Jess?
And now you're working as well. You're working now as well.
Yeah.
How about I'll pop a post, if it's all right, I'll pop a post up in the group just to get it started, and we can have people recommend places to write letters to, just to start. And then if you want me to, I can start a letter and do like an outline of a letter and then send it to you both. And we can work out what we need to add, what we need to take away. And once the letter's done, we can start getting the actual addresses of where we want the letters to go to.
That would be great.
Yeah, I think that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then we can also send that. We can also do a letter. I don't mind doing a letter to, or an email to send out to media outlets as well.
Okay.
And to discuss that we are demanding answers, and see how that goes as well. It's worth trying.
It is, definitely. Like I said, and today this afternoon I met with the Shan cold case, which I feel this guy is, you know, he's on his stuff. He knew so much stuff, and that I really hadn't, you know, like names and things. He knew, I didn't have to tell him, and he had already done his homework on that, and I was pretty impressed. So that was uplifting today to hear him, you know, to talk to him too.
Yeah.
So.
Jack's mom says that you should probably you should take a recorder and use it whenever you speak to anyone involved in the case. That's a good point.
Yeah. Yes. And as a matter of fact, I've been using my phone to do that lately. Because I needed to, and I was told that as well by somebody else involved, you know, with all of us, and you know, he gave me that idea, so I did that.
Perfect.
You know that, Bridget.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only problem with my phone, I got to get it recorded. But my problem with my phone is there's too much information on it, and they keep dying, crashing.
Yeah. Have you talked to the state attorney? I can't remember what you said about that.
That. I talked to them once briefly, okay, but then I put it down, and I don't even know really. I didn't go much. I think they told me to contact somebody else, and I think it was the governor at that time, or the mayor maybe. And I did. Yeah, it was the mayor, and I contacted the mayor, but he is only the mayor for the city. He's not for the county. So he was very nice though, and said that he would contact, you know, whoever was over the county to police department to, you know, make sure things were moving right along. But that was probably 6-7 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll add that to sort of things that we can do in the future, I suppose. But yeah, I'll pop a post up in the group where people can sort of recommend places to send it, and then from there, because the thing is that it can be a community effort. It doesn't just have to fall on your responsibility, because people do want to help, and I think this is actually a really great way to help, is if people do some, you know, searching for addresses and things like that. That can really help. And then they can all do letters. Yeah, it would be a huge help, because it means that they'll realize then that people are paying attention and are wanting answers, and so it does put pressure on them. So we'll do a social media push and then a letter writing push.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Sounds good.
So if you aren't, I would recommend that you join the Missing Brittany Nicole Shank Wallace group on Facebook. The link is in the chat, and it is in the description of the video as well. Oh, Janice, you shouldn't have done that.
What?
Shouldn't have done that, Janice. Oh, she donated to me, and I forgot to turn my super chat off. Thank you so much, Janice.
Oh.
I will actually pass that money on to Brittany, to Jessica for a fish cam though. So let me just write that down so I've got it.
Oh, and remember, Bridget, I also told you about the questions in Brittany's on Brittany's page, and there's 2 questions. If they, you know, just put your name in there, I'll approve them, you know, like right away. So.
Yep. So when you join the group for Brittany, there are 2 questions you have to answer. Please answer the questions, otherwise you won't be allowed in, and just let the moderators, the admin, know that you are coming from this live. Just, it helps them see where people are coming from, and it helps to know if you're going to help with this as well. So
yeah, I'm definitely paying close attention to that page. So you know, for anybody, everybody's out there.
I get you. So I think we might leave it there for today. I think we've got lots of homework to do, and I'm excited to do that. So I've got lots of notes here. Please come and join the group, and I'll pop up a post in the group just in a moment as soon as I log off. Thank you so much, Brenda, for calling in.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry about the stuff up in the beginning there. I was so confused.
That's okay.
And thank you again, Jessica, for calling in, and we will help as much as we possibly can.
Thank you. Thanks everybody. Thanks, Bridget. Like, sincerely.
Of course.
I feel like we made it tonight.
Yeah, I do too. I'm excited for you. I really am. So yeah, I will talk to you both soon. I'll message you in a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Bridget.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining in. Hey, Sab, how are you? So I recommend coming into the group so that you can find that post, and I'll recommend that we all start doing a little research as to who is the best people to write to, and I'll get working on a letter and get that happening with Jess as soon as we can. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to email me, missbridgetparker@gmail.com. And I will be back on tomorrow to discuss the Rachel Henry case, which is another absolutely crazy case. But until then, thank you everyone for coming. If you are new, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button. It really helps me out. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye everyone.